Good day, my friends. Still on the Learn Python programming series. Today we're going to be looking at dictionaries. Now I have a basic markup here, which shows how to create a basic dictionary. Now you have the variable name, and then you have these curly braces, and then you have the key and the value pairs, which are data types, and they're separated by a comma. Okay. Once I create a real dictionary, you understand how this works. Now there's a little thing you have to remember while creating the keys in the dictionaries. The keys actually have to be of an immutable data type, which means data types that are immutable, like we have tuples, we have numbers and strings. They can be keys, but any immutable data type like the lists cannot be used for creating dictionaries. You can't use them as dictionary keys. That's what I meant. So jumping right into that, you're just going to create an employee dictionary. So curly braces. Now you have the employee key. I'm going to use integers for the keys, and I'm just going to assign that. So we can see the first employee is Mark, and then we have comma. We have the ID, which is 2, and then we also have the name, which is Alexander, and then we have the third one. So this is going to be Jeremy. Okay, so these are all the employees we have. Now we can just go ahead and print employees just to see how that looks. So when I F5 on that, okay, and you can see that is perfectly printed out to the screen. If you want to know the data type it is, you can just go ahead and do a custom print. So print, and now I'm going to put type, and I'm going to give employees. Okay, so once I run that, you would see it's of class dict, which means it's of dictionary type. Okay, now how do you actually access items in a dictionary? So this is going to show how to access items in a dictionary. Now how do you do that? For example, we've created a dictionary employees above here, so we want to access Mark here, which is the name of the employee. We're just going to use the square brackets, just as you do in your list. If you haven't watched that, check out the list functions in this playlist. Now I'm just going to give square brackets, and you're going to give the key. So for Mark, what's the key? The key is 1. So I'm just going to put 1 here, and if I run that, nothing happens because I didn't print that out. So let me go ahead and print it out to the screen. Print employee 1. So when I run that, you actually see Mark gets printed out. Now don't make the mistake of putting here with the value. Okay, so you can't do that. That is a no. So you have to put the key there. Okay, so we learned basically how to access items in a dictionary. So the next thing is how to actually add items to the dictionary. Now we can just come down here and say employees. Okay, you give a square bracket. Now you can put your new item. Maybe you want to access and create a new employee, maybe employee 4, and then you just put an equal to, and then you give a name. So let's say Samuel. I mean, it's not necessarily a name, but you just assign the value. Okay, that's great. So I just actually have to print employees. So I'm going to print them before adding it, so we'll see that actually gets added. Employees. Okay, I have to add the print statement. Print employees. So if I run that, you'd see that it wasn't here, and later we have Samuel added at the last index. Nice. So that's actually how to add items to a dictionary. How to loop over a dictionary. So we'll just come here, looping over dictionary. And if these confuse you, just know that they are comments in Python, lines of code that don't run. You normally use it to specify what you are doing while you are coding. Just to say that again. Now we can say for I in what? employees. Okay, just do print I. We run that, what we're going to get. Okay, I think I'm going to comment out these prints to avoid multiple things printed out on the screen. So you see, we just have the keys printed out. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We can actually do something else down here. You can see, say print. Now say employees will give what? I. What does this do? We know the key here is actually, we can use the key to access what? The value using this. For example, if for I in employee, the first one is going to be what? 1. So it's going to print 1, and then it's going to print employees 1, which actually gives us the value Mark, and then it continues to 2, gives us Alexander, and so on. So what we ought to do here is just print that, and actually we can just print it on one print statement. So comma employees I. So I'm just going to give a space character here, comma, and just leave a space in employees, and I can run that, and you would see we have 1 that gets printed out correctly. Okay, so if you only need the values of employees, you can do something employees dot values. For I in employee dot values, then you just have to print only I. Okay, now this is a function, so I have to keep the parentheses open and close just to avoid errors. So you can see we have all the elements in the values. That's Mark, Alexander, Jeremy, and the recently added Samuel. Okay, I hope you are not confused. Now we're going to do a little bit more complex operation with the dictionary, and that will be the end of today's tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to create a list of colors, and we're going to give it some values. You can give multiple values: green, you can declare this how you want, red, white, and for some mistake, the person also, or maybe not a mistake, you also select green. Maybe this might be inputs from your users. So there are multiple users, and they are just adding all the selections to a list, and you actually want to know how many people selected red, how many people selected green, and how many people selected white, and how many people selected ash, and so on. By grouping them, this is actually trying to work out stuff on data. Okay, so how are you going to do that? I'm just going to add all of this to a dictionary, and actually the numbers is going to be the value, and then these colors is going to be the key. Remember, I say the key can be of an immutable type, such as a string. Great. So I'm just going to come down here and I'll say for I in colors. Okay, we know that's going to give us each item in color. So I want to add them to a dictionary. So I have to add to dict, but we don't have a dictionary defined. So don't do the mistake of defining a dictionary inside this loop, because it's not going to be accessed outside this loop. I'll soon teach you guys about local and the other types of variables you have. I think it's local and global variables. So I'm going to do that soon. So it can come in and define a dictionary. D is equal to, I'm going to give curly braces. Now if you come down here, we want to add this the colors to the list. So we'll just say D. Now remember how to do that. You have to give the key here, and then it's equal to the value. Now I want the key to be what? Colors, and then the value should be the number of times it appears. So if I come here and I give a key of the I, you know I is a color, or we can give a better variable name for color in colors. You know, the color is going to be the key, and then the value should be what? A number. Okay, but we don't want this to be the case. Okay, so for now I'm going to give a custom text here. If color, if what? Color in D. Okay, let's say not in D. Now what this does is it checks if the color is not in D. That's if the key color is not in D, what is it going to do? It's going to say color, okay, color, or not color, sorry, we have to have the dictionary. So D of color, what does this do? It creates a new variable, a new item inside the dictionary. So D of color is equal to 0. So we at least have something there. So now every time we run this loop, this is going to be incremented by 1. Plus is equal to 1. Okay. Now, if you're confused about this, just try to write the codes on your own and see errors you come up with, and you can also leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be attending to all of them. So for color in colors, it loops over all the colors in the array, or should I say list. Now say if color not in D, that is, the color has not already been created, because when we run this loop, it's gonna pick green, right? Yeah, so D of color, for now, you know green is not in the list, so D of color will be 0. We have green to be 0. Now if it is not in D, so what does it do? It now increments it by 1. So we have green now will be what? 1 inside our dictionary. Now this loop might run a lot of time until it gets to this other green. So green, if color not in D, now you notice that green is actually in the dictionary. So the color green is what in the dictionary. I'm starting to mumble. So now it's not going to declare this again. It's just going to increment it because color is in D. So this is not going to be true. So it just increments it by 1. I hope I satisfied your should I say confusion or whatever. So what we just do, we run this loop, we run it. So this loop is basically going to add all these values to the dictionary, and yeah. So we'll just come down here and say for I in D, we want to look over dictionary and print every element we have here. So we're just going to print I, comma, we'll just give this, and we are going to print D of what? I. Hope this is not too confusing. So once I run this, first of all, let me close out on this. So once I run this, F5, okay, you would see we have green 2, red 2, white 2, ash 1. Is that true? Okay, green 2, okay, red is 2, white is 2, ash is 1. So you see where it's actually working, and this is not only the thing you can do with dictionaries. There are a lot of functions you can implement using dictionaries. Actually a very great tool in programming. This has come to the end of today's tutorial. If you like this video, just leave a like, a thumbs up, and a sub. So thanks for watching this video. See you in the next tutorial.